That is some good coffee. Guys, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'm going to talk about the best tips that I can give to you new up-and-coming natural bodybuilders. Let's get right into it. All right, tip number one is going to be to find the movements that are going to be with you for a long time. And when I say that, I mean find the movements that feel the best, that you enjoy doing, because it does make a difference when compared to doing the movements that you don't really enjoy doing. It gives you a much better mind-muscle connection, a much better time in the gym, a much quicker time in the gym. It doesn't feel like it's dragging. And when you master all these movements and you progressively overload on them, you will see better results than when you're doing movements that you hate. I'll use myself as an example here. When I first started bodybuilding training, I followed pretty standard training. It was full body 3 days a week, and I'll just use my shoulder routine as an example. I would start every workout with standing military press, not behind the neck, in front of the neck, standard military press. After doing them for a while, I started realizing how much I hated that movement with using a barbell, so I decided to stop. But it wasn't for like a year or so, and I just look back and I'm like, how much time did I waste? How many shoulder gains did I waste by doing this movement? It hurt my lower back. I felt like when I was in the position to do it, my lower back was just like too stiff. I can't believe I did this for that long. And when I finally stopped, when I started doing behind the neck shoulder pressing with the barbell, it felt a hell of a lot better. Now, I'm not sitting here telling you to just say screw standard military press. It might work for you. I know a lot of guys that it does work for. And I'm also not telling you to do behind the neck standing military press, because if you don't have the shoulder mobility, you can probably seriously injure yourself. But if you do have it, I would definitely say try it out. It's a great shoulder workout. It's helped me a lot in building my shoulders. And that's basically just one example I can use for this. I also don't like doing flat barbell bench anymore, because the position it puts my right wrist in, which is the wrist I injured previously, it just hurts. I can't do any weight really. That's also why I've been doing a lot of my chest work on the hammer strength machines that I have at the commercial gym I go to, and also just dumbbell incline press when I can do it. And when you first start, it's going to be hard. You're going to have all this information overload. You're going to be watching all these popular YouTubers. They're going to be saying, oh, do all these movements. They're best for muscle growth. That's what science says. But the problem with that is everyone's different. Okay, what works for some people, it won't work for other people. You need to test the waters. Try every single movement that you can get your hands on. Do it safely, because I know most of you guys watching this are beginners. Do it safely with good form, and just try out all these different movements. See what works for you. And I want you to pick 3 to 4 for each muscle group. So 3 to 4 that you really love for chest, 3 to 4 that you really love for back, triceps, biceps, legs. Find these movements, and then you're going to have to, tip number 2 of this video, progressively overload on these movements. And I know some of you might be thinking, if you're new to bodybuilding, you shouldn't really be progressively overloading, which is basically just training the failure, training hard. And I would like to kind of disagree with that. I think when you're first testing the waters, the first tip I gave, you can go pretty safely, 10 to 12 rep range, kind of just doing good form and going not really that hard, not to failure, but kind of training hard, getting a good burn, just really feeling it. I would recommend that for the first few months of training if you just started, but eventually it's going to get boring. You're not going to see results, which is the main thing, right? We're not just going to the gym to do 3 sets of 10 to 12. We're going to the gym to try and grow muscle. I would highly recommend progressively overloading after a few months of training. All those movements that I told you to feel out and to find for each muscle group, progressively overload on all of them. And if you don't know what progressive overload is, it's just getting stronger. It's trying to do more reps on maybe that first set than you did last week. So let's say you got 8 reps on a heavy lat pull down, or 8 reps on, maybe you're using the 65-pound dumbbells on incline dumbbell bench press. You got 8 reps the last week or the last workout. You're going to go for 9 on that first set the next workout. Or maybe you're going to get 8 again that first set for the next workout, but then you're going to go for 8 for the second set again. Because last week or last workout, maybe you only got 7 the second set. You got 8 the first set, 7 the second set. I hope I'm not confusing you guys with this, but I think you can get the point here. It's just trying to get more reps as each workout progresses, right? As the days go by, try to get stronger. And this leads me to tip number 3. You're not going to be able to do this if you're not getting enough sleep, enough rest, and also eating right. Now, I know this depends on your starting point. Let's say you're starting natural bodybuilding as an overweight person. Eat a little less, get your protein in, get everything in. And I would also recommend tracking your calories if you're a little overweight. You can either use your phone for this. There's apps out there that you can use. You can get a watch like this. I have a Coros Pace 3, not affiliated at all with them. I just really like how it tracks how many calories I burn, and it's also on me the entire day. And it's not like my phone where sometimes I'll take my phone, put it over here sometimes. It's not on me, so it's not really that accurate when I go look at the health app and see how many calories I burn that day. That's why I like using this. But if you have your phone on you the entirety of the day, you can absolutely use your phone. You don't have to buy another watch or anything. Really focus on what you're putting inside your body. Focus on eating foods that have one ingredient, whole foods, white rice, ground beef, chicken, steak. You know, you get the point, right? Potatoes. Don't eat a Pop-Tart. Don't eat any type of cereal. Don't eat granola. Don't eat, I don't know, cheese puffs. You guys get the point, right? Eat food that's going to fuel you and that's going to get you that extra rep on that next workout. Really dial in on that. Now, for you guys out there that are kind of skinny starting out, you're like as skinny as a rail. I've been there, okay? And the biggest advice I can give you, you have to eat a lot. I would also tell you to track your calories. I would probably recommend eating over 3,500 calories a day, between 3,500 and 4,000. Obviously, you don't just want to jump right into a diet where you're eating 3,500 calories a day. If you're only eating 2,000 calories a day right now, do it in small increments. Okay, work up to it. Get to that 3,500 a day. And then if you're still not gaining weight, up it even more, right? You may be one of those people that really has a fast metabolism. Me and my brother suffer from this. We got it from our dad. We can basically eat anything we wanted to. And if we have 4 or 5 hours between meals, we'll just burn it off right away. We won't gain any weight. That doesn't mean I eat like that. I don't eat like shit, okay? I'm just saying, if you're like that, you're going to have to eat a hell of a lot more. And trust me, I know from experience. I built this physique by doing that. I had to eat a lot more, and I did it by eating whole foods, one ingredient whole foods. I eat a lot of eggs, a lot of ground beef, like I said before, a lot of white rice, a lot of chicken, a lot of raw cheeses. I eat a lot of this stuff. I don't eat the processed bullshit. I eat a lot of calories of the real stuff. And that's what got me this physique. That's what I highly recommend you do as well. When it comes to sleep, I would recommend sleeping a good amount. Everyone says 8 hours is the gold standard, but I really want you to focus on getting real sleep and not just laying there, maybe scrolling on your phone. Let's say you wake up in the middle of the night to go take a piss and then you're on your phone a little bit, or you go to bed at night at 10 o'clock, but then you're on your phone for 2 hours. We're not doing that shit. Put your phone down, okay? Put your alarm on for the morning and try to get to bed. You should be sleeping soundly for at least over 7 hours. I get 6.5 to 7.5 every night. I feel great. I feel fresh, and it gets me ready for the day. The next tip I have for you guys is going to be to watch who you listen to on social media, on YouTube. A lot of guys forget where they came from, the stuff that they did that actually built them, their physique that they have now. A lot of guys forget that stuff, and they hop on the newest trends, right? The things that are the hottest right now just to get views. Make sure you're not watching people like that. Make sure you're watching the guys who stay true to telling you and informing you about how to get big based off of what actually got them big. I'll tell you right now, I don't shy away from high volume. I know that whole Mike Menser training program stuff got very popular about a little over a year ago, and it's still kind of popular today. Everyone's just like, oh, just train once or twice a week and then just rest, you know. That doesn't work for me, and I don't think that's going to work for a lot of you natural guys out there. I think high volume is the way to go for hypertrophy and for building muscle, and it's what worked for me. I'm not going to shy away from it. I'm not going to tell you one thing where I did the other thing to get this physique. High volume is what worked for me. I do a lot of sets and reps every week. I work out 5 or 6 days a week. A lot of volume. I'm not going to shy away from it. Don't be afraid of it. Follow the guys that are going to tell you the truth and what actually got them the good physique that they have. Okay, so the next tip I have is going to be no shortcuts. This is kind of a piggyback off of what I was just talking about. A lot of guys try to give these shortcuts, and it's just to get views. You need to stop looking for the quick and easy way out of things. You're a natural bodybuilder, at least you want to be. You want to build a great physique. You have to commit yourself to the process, and this is probably the most important piece of advice that I can give to you guys in this video. If you made it this far in the video, appreciate you guys, but you have to stay consistent. You can't just keep expecting things after, let's say, a month of working out. You expect to look like your favorite natural bodybuilder or whatever after a month. That's not realistic. You got to focus on yourself, and you got to go day in, day out. You got to take the small wins, the small results that you do see, those increments. You got to take those as they come, and you have to keep moving forward. This is probably the biggest trap that most people fall into, and this is not just in bodybuilding, right? This is in life. Many people fall into the trap of trying to go for shortcuts, right? Taking the easy way out, and you got to put in the work. That's the hard truth of it. I'm not going to sit here and tell you, you can get abs in 6 minutes. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that you can get as big as this guy in a year when you're starting from scratch, like you never even done this before. It's going to take a long time. It took me over 5 years to get the physique that I have now. A long time. And like I said before, I was doing a hell of a lot of volume, working out all the time, 5 to 6 days a week. It takes a very long time. And am I done now? Is this my final form? No, I'm still working out at the gym every single day, basically 5 to 6 days a week, working my ass off. I'm not finished yet. I want you to have the same mindset. It's really going to help you in the long run, and maybe it'll even transfer over to other fields of your life where, you're kind of slacking at. It's a good mindset to have. No shortcuts. Don't expect anything easy. Go the hard route. I'm telling you, it's worth it. And that is the video, guys. If you're expecting something more, some crazy secret to building muscle, to building a great physique, I'm sorry. I'm not going to be that guy that bullshits you. I'm going to keep it real here on this channel always. I'm telling you right now, if you focus on all the things that I told you in this video, if you follow them, you will get a much better physique as time passes. You will. These are the hard and honest truths of natural bodybuilding. Don't expect to look like the fake natty influencers on Instagram. Don't expect to look like any of those guys. You probably won't. And that's because most of them are enhanced. That's the video. Not going to rattle on for much longer. It's Labor Day weekend here in the States. If you guys live in the States, happy Labor Day weekend. Hope you enjoy it. Hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you found it very informative. And as always, thank you for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.